In this episode, we're going to be upgrading the brakes on the VH. Eddie's decided to go with the VT brake upgrade. We're going to be installing a Castlemaine Rod Shop hub adapter kit to get these VT brakes fitted on the VH. You can use all standard VT brake stuff, booster, discs, calipers, pads, all that's fine. Eddie's decided, since he's pushing some more power through it hopefully, to go with some Bendix Ultimate front discs and Bendix Ultimate pads all round. The rear discs will be fine. So yeah, let's get into it and show you how it's done.
Right, as you probably just saw, got the new front hubs on for the VT brake upgrade. So I've got the Bendix Ultimate rotors. These are a pair of VT calipers and the safe brake. It's not custom, but it's made for this. So it goes from the VT caliper, fits in the factory VH bracket, and then it goes up to the factory VH mounting point. I'm assuming it's the same all the way through up VN, VP. I think VR changed, can't be exactly sure. But anyway, so it's got the Bendix Ultimate brake pads as well. I've fully rebuilt the calipers, new seals and pistons and everything. So that's got that on there, making sure it all works. I got the rack and the lower control arms in previously. We've got the rack hooked up now. Still going to need an alignment, but hopefully the camber and caster aren't too bad. Tried to get it back to where it was. So if this all works out, this is a VS plastic booster out of well, it's a V6, but I don't know whether the V8s have it as well. We shortened the push rod so it's got no preload on the piston.
Why don't you tell me what you're doing?
Doing up a bolt. What does it look like? We've got a VT master cylinder, and then we've got a VS reservoir and a plastic rear VS booster. So normally they've got a little threaded bolt out that you can adjust, but it doesn't go short enough, so we just had to end up slicing the end off it until there was no preload on the piston. This is not quite as deep as the VS one. So now this will bolt on there. No worries, and there's no pressure on the actual piston. And then this is a VT booster. I think they're all the same. This one was an ABS, so it's got the blanking plug. We're going to take it out. This is a VS cap, or reservoir even. We've had to modify it slightly to make it fit because the VT one sits more flat and the reservoir doesn't taper down as much. So when you put it in, it just looks all dicky and doesn't really work that well. So this length is correct for the VH. So we're going to try putting it in and then try and bend the lines, which we've already converted over to bubble flare instead of the double flare, which is what the VH would have came with. But yeah, the rear, because this is the rear fitting, it's slightly larger obviously. We had to scavenge those off the VS2, but we'll see if it fits and try and make it all work. shit. Righty tighty.
Oh, that's pulled her in nicely. Nothing like a nice tight fit. Great success?
Great success. And if it's all worked, this little bracket right here should fit.
Oh no, it's perfect.
She'll go.
So that's the bracket from the VT.
And these are the nuts.
Good old Holden.
Washers, nothing like a bit of recycling. You get the ratchet.
It makes the upgrading pretty easy.
Oh yeah. It's amazing how much stuff they recycle.
Everything you read in here, this is a good upgrade.
Yeah, well it's an inch master cylinder now to go with the twin piston brakes.
Yeah, and those brakes are designed for a car that's potentially 500 kilos heavier and like twice as much power.
Yeah, that's right. And a better brake, suspension, but to be honest, they didn't really change the suspension that much.
Yeah.
Like considering.
But really, it's not a bad upgrade considering you bought the hubs, redid your bearings, used pretty much all Holden parts other than your Bendix discs and pads, and it's a damn good upgrade for this car.
Yeah, well that's right. Like I could have got away with just using like standard VT rotors, but well,
You had to get some anyway.
I need to get some. I may as well have got some that look decent and probably perform better.
Yeah.
And if you believe the marketing on the box, they're made of a better steel, so who knows. But we'll try them out.
Cool.
They should pass the brake test anyway.
Hope so.
Cool. So we're going to change the ends of these brake lines over. The factory HT uses an inverted flare, whereas the VT uses a bubble flare.
Nice.
So I've cut the end off this one, which is the one that goes to the master. That one can stay the same because it's still going onto the factory brake line. And we've just got to reflare it like that with the, not that one.
And we're real flash because we've actually got some tools that aren't right.
So yeah. We'll do that and
so
hope
the
it
trick
works.
is to put the fitting on before you flare it.
Yeah, remember that. Not that we've done that yet today, but there's always time.
Yeah, but it's happened.
So anyway, I'll get this set up. Just gonna duck around to the spare parts department via the dyno cell. We'll go via the 1FZ. Here's the donor spare parts VT that the VRA chopped the roof out of. I hacked some of the floor out of it because I needed it. But in general, it was $70 from local council auction. And apart from selling the cats 5 minutes after Matt got it home, this thing has saved us so much money. But anyway, we're here because I need to raid brake line fitting. Oh, look at that. Would you just look at it? How good is that? Anyway, get this off here. Yeah, strong. That's done. In theory, that should seal. Happy days.
Hang on. No, you took... I said hang on. Bloody professional here.
Sorry.
Well, I've been painted. You got to hold it back a little bit. About there and paint. That's it. You're painting my hand still, bro. You'll be right.
paint down, not where my hand is. That's it. We got all hands on deck today. I'm going to paint it black and hit the track. Oh, that'll do. It's already dripping. Time for some brake lines. Jacko painted. Well, he painted some of them and some of my hand.
And your foot.
And my foot. And
carpet.
the
and
bin.
the bidding, apparently. Oh, pristine, look at that.
Nice.
Look at the paint job on it.
It's so good.
Better than those dodgy silver / lush ones.
Yeah. You wouldn't even know they're the same ones.
No.
So you had another find in the backyard off the VT. Some rubbers that
Yep.
are better than what was in this particular vehicle.
Yep, considering the ones that were in there were disintegrating while I was pulling them out. Oh, come on. Go on, just scratch all the paint off. Good idea.
You worked on a car before?
No, never.
First time.
Yep.
Bought that shirt from Vinny's.
That's right. No, a bloke who works there.
Nice, me too.
Now, we won't show anyone these.
These what?
The nothing that's behind my hands. Shut up. Oh, that's awful.
Fucking glorious.
Remember with the twins, I had to fold this one like basically like straight down.
That's all right though, because it's going to stop the car.
Yeah.
And you're just going to have like a big old heat shield there anyway.
Yeah.
Lucky it bends easy.
Where'd
Ooh.
that 10mm go? Bruh.
This one?
Yeah, that one there.
The actual correct tool for the job. Whose shed are you in?
Oh, the hack shop.
Not the hack shop. No, they have much nicer shit than us.
They actually can find their stuff.
Oh, yeah. So with the new VT fronts, we thought it best to put some new pads in the rears. So while it's off, give them a clean up, put some new pads in it, probably give them a lick of paint. The fronts are black, but really who doesn't want red calipers on their car? Definitely going to make it faster, so we'll see if he notices. Going to give it quick disc machining. It's easily the best way to do it. So, dog dick red it is. Surely no one will notice it looks like absolute arse.
No, no, no.
It'll be fine. We do have some Bendix Ultimate pads to put in it. So they're an upgrade on the standard ones, especially what was in it. Because fuck knows what was in it. How many horsepower does red calipers add?
25 kilowatts, wasn't it?
25 kilowatts. So if we just do one caliper, it's like 4 1/4, 6 1/4 even.
This is a V8.
She sells seashells. Because we're real fucking professional.
What does Rob Burgundy do?
How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? The arsonist has oddly shaped feet. Unique New York. Unique New York.